This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 832, Echoes of Erebus. Enjoy. I just want to run through some numbers on this right now because, the number you've seen floating around in the community has been that it's been about a 500 million GP per hour profitability in terms of if you were abusing this bug, right?
Mm-hmm.
But ordinarily, if you're doing Elite Dungeon 3 legitly, and you're doing it very well, you can get about 4 kills an hour or so. And this is numbers from David, our PVM expert. So then I said, okay, so take this off. If you were just killing the Ambassador back-to-back, he estimated you could probably do about 11 to 12 Ambassador kills in an hour. Now, this boss was farmed for the Eldritch Crossbow, which is a very powerful crossbow, made up of 4 parts. Each part is worth about, on average, 1.1 billion. Lowest 900 mil, most expensive 1.4. So just assuming an average of 1.1 billion, with a drop rate of 1 in 55 for solo per piece, what that means is that it would take you 13 hours to have a 95% chance at getting a single piece. Probably less than that, probably closer to somewhere 7 or 8 if you were just going for the pieces itself. Now, that does not include anything else that the Ambassador drops. Now, looking at what you can do for the Ambassador in terms of all of the other stuff that it drops, when you factor that in, if you did hundreds of hours of this, your drop rate would level out. And because of that, it's theorized that some of these accounts had about 200 pieces or so. And that's the key point here, is that extrapolating this out over the long run, 250 million GP per hour is probably more realistic than 500 mil an hour. 500, of course, is a nicer number and it reads nicer. Mm-hmm. But 250 mil an hour if you were farming this with this glitch.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
Assuming you're not dying and whatnot.
Well, would you be doing this bug if you're going to be dying and stuff?
No.
Yeah.
And I just want to take a step back and look at the precedent that was set here, because I know 500 sounds like a lot, but David and I estimated probably closer to 250. And at the very low end, if you were just looking at crossbow pieces and it averaged out, about 85 mil an hour. Not factoring in commons or anything else you might get or better luck along the way. So that's why 250 is a better stretch for that. But how do we feel about that? I mean, what has been said is that you can effectively go out and abuse this bug. Then you'll get a 2-week vacation, and you'll get to keep the profits you earned along the way.
Yeah.
That's what this looks like. And this is why it looks so bad.
Well, it looks like that because that's what it is. That's what it is. And that's it's now going to be factored in. Like I said, now it'll be, well, maybe that's just the price of doing business. Maybe, I don't have to play for a couple weeks. When I come back, I'm loaded though.
Oh yeah, and then go to an alt in the meantime, and then transfer some of that money back, and there's some bond money for membership on the alt.
And that's what I wonder, if that is where things are breaking down. That there's so many trades, so much wealth transfers that you can't track it down. You don't really know.
But you have the data of all the trades. Surely you can, piece things together to see where it's going.
I mean, you could, but do you want to spend that development time doing that, or are you going to make the game?
Or are you just going to say, yeah, it's only a few accounts. These kind of things happen, away we go, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not good, and it's, but I just have to wonder, like, how it would have been done to begin with. Like, how would we have even gotten that result? And I don't have any answers
What
for
do you
that.
mean? What result?
Removing the wealth. Like, how would you remove it? Like, I don't know. I don't know if they had the capability of doing it.
They do. Because I know people had wealth removed for the Oddments thing last fall.
Well, I wonder if that was easier to track.
I don't know. I think that it's trackable regardless of whether it's a GP or an Oddments transaction. Because if it was with the exchange or if it was a trading game, surely there's got to be, with all the anti-real world trading stuff and the bot stuff, there's got to be a trade on, or a trace on, in-person trades.
You would think so, but I mean, if that's the case, then like I said, it goes right back to there's a cost to that.
Right. But at that same point in time, if you're not going to do that, look what that does for the integrity of the game.
Yeah, maybe this was this was a price worth paying, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Is it worth the extra heat because an update is slow or been delayed a little bit?
And I think we would have had a different discussion last week after the Leeds Q&A had we known that there's no wealth removal.
Yeah, I think that's undoubtable. Yeah.
And I mean, we got to get an answer on Warden Promise number 2 about this ban policy. It's got to be done within the next 2 months, I'd say, by September probably, or the end of the summer, let's just say, end of August, and figure out what the heck is going on with this and what this means for abusing these kind of exploits like this. Because if you can abuse these exploits like this, it completely changes the clientele your game is going to draw in.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but you can publicize it and share it, and you're safe. You're totally safe. Nothing to worry about.
And I know that we talked about this with the Oddments thing. The guy who made the video about the Oddments glitch did have those removed from his account and had the hammer brought down on him. And you gotta just wonder,
you gotta wonder why. What is the difference?
What is the difference between this and GP from the Elite Dungeons?
So that means there has to be a difference, right? Like, or am I just giving it too much credit? Because
there is a difference. There is a difference. Oddments are more directly tied towards real world money than GP is, and gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
there's your
there
difference.
You go. It's all fun and games till you cost me some money, boy.
And you know what the funny part is, and perhaps the sad part? We wouldn't be having this discussion if we had Maud Osborne's bank bidders from all those years ago. Because then there would have been a clear thing of what happens when somebody breaks the rules like this, and it would have gone down that same path you talked about, civil asset forfeiture.
Oh, is that what the bank bidders were? I thought it was like inactive accounts.
No, it was people who were banned.
Oh, crap. Okay. Maybe there's a cause for it.
You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.